Uh, Good afternoon, all of you. I think it's right time to start now. So myself, Pawan Jaiswal from TraderSmith India team, and today is 7th September 2023. Okay, so welcome to this Bazaar Pe Charcha episode or session with us. Let's discuss about market and then followed by query. We are to try to cover maximum number of queries. But before that, disclaimer from our side that I'm going to read for you. Registration granted by SEBI, membership of BASL, and certification from NISM in no way guarantee performance of the intermediary or provide any assurance of return to investors. Investments in securities market are subject to market risk. Read all the related documents carefully before investing. Then our company address is given, SEBI registration numbers are given, compliance, and there is a email ID of compliance officer for compliance and grievance, and email ID as well as phone number also. So let's begin the session. So with let's move on another PPT. So this is overall market performance in this week as well as in last 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, and 12 months or year to date as per O'Neill method. The performance is obviously purely based on market return, but along with that there is a one column, that is second column, that is market condition, which is based on our O'Neill methodology of market direction. So as you all know that we follow the unique methodology to track overall market and major sectoral indices. So as per our methodology, if I talk about broader market index, benchmark index, Nifty 50 and Sensex, both are in under pressures because from the last almost 1.5 months, it was trending with some negative bias. But there was a strong up move, bounce back happened from the Friday onward, from the last 5 sessions. On Friday, that was the first day when it took support around 19,240, and now today it has crossed 19,700. And likewise in Sensex also, and both index has given, Sensex and Nifty both has given almost more than 2% to 2.5% kind of return in this week only. So there is a strong bounce back happened. Then apart from that, if you see the mid cap index, small cap index in clear cut bullish trend, Realty index in bullish trend, Pharma index is in bullish trend, Auto is in bullish trend, and rest are in under pressure. Means in short, overall market is either in bullish trend or under pressure. Under pressure means it is facing some kind of pressure on upside, but that does not mean that negativity. If I talk about Bank Nifty and all, the Bank Nifty is comparatively underperforming to Nifty 50. We will discuss in more detail when we will discuss on chart. But apart from that, rest is looking good. FMCG is also facing some under pressure or pressure on upside after humongous rally happened in last 6-8 month time period, and likewise in others also. So let's move on chart to discuss in more detail way. So let's start with Nifty, this index Nifty 50. So this is Nifty 50 chart, daily chart here in front of you. So Nifty 50 is clearly in from the this almost from the level of this 15,900, I can say here from here last year. It was found bottom around that 15,000 kind of 15,200, 300 kind of level. From that, from the last 1 year, it is consistently trending ahead of higher bottom formation. Here, one other base formation happened, but this bottom was also once again top compared to on higher side compared to this. But you can consider this is another base formation in market. And then there was a huge rally started in the month of this last week of March 2023 or April, and now and touched almost 20,000 kind of level. Technically, from points perspective, it was just away from 9-10 points from 20,000 level, but it is in bullish trend. Then there was some correction, and after correction, it has touched this 50 DMA, It hovered around 50 DMA, then given breakout, trend line breakout. If I annotate this chart for you, so this is the downward sloping trend line, and it has given breakout here also on this day, on Friday, or on this Monday only here. So it has given this downward sloping trend line breakout. If I could talk about pattern and everything, so this particular pattern is called as bullish flag continuation pattern. Now, what is bullish flag continuation pattern? Bullish flag continuation pattern is a technical pattern that generally gives continuation of trend on either side. Either side means if market is in bullish trend, and if it is giving upside breakout, so maybe it will move. Probability of going in upside is quite high, and likewise in downside. Here, market is already in bullish trend on multi-time frame chart, be it on weekly, daily, monthly, or quarterly also. And now after this pattern formation on daily and weekly chart, I can say it has given breakout. So maybe this our benchmark index Nifty 50 is ready to move further toward 20,000 and maybe ready to record fresh all-time high, or maybe ready to surpass 20,000 kind of levels in coming days. So probability is quite high, but subject to holding above this upward this particular trend line here, subject to holding about this particular trend line, as well as this 50 DMA also. So coincidentally, this time this 50 DMA as well as this upward sloping, downward sloping trend line, or a flag continuation breakout level is placed almost in similar to in same level, and that level is around approximately 19,300 kind of levels. If you see the levels now, so this is the 19,300 level, plus minus 30-40 points, I am not saying. So this 19,300, 350 is a support area from now onward, and maybe this, if trend will remain in continuation, which probability is quite high, so maybe it will finally touch 20,000 level, as well as maybe probability of surpassing 20,000 level psychological mark is also quite high. So we have bullish opinion here. Last time when we did this Bazaar Pe Charcha, at that time it has reached 50 DMA, and I have clearly commented that this if it will remain traded below 50 DMA, then there will be problem. But fortunately, after almost 2-3 trading sessions trending below 50 DMA, once again it has a very good breakout, and then breakout happened on this Friday only, and then continuation from Monday onwards in this week. So maybe 20,000 followed by maybe crossing and holding about 20,000 is also possibility is quite high in coming days. So bullish trend on Nifty. Okay. Now, apart from this Nifty, let's move to Bank Nifty. So Bank Nifty, if I talk, this is the daily chart of Bank Nifty. So when I was discussing about O'Neill methodology of market direction, I have mentioned that Bank Nifty is underperforming to Nifty. Why it is underperforming? So there are so many reasons, and fundamentally also there is a reason. I will try to list down 1 or 2 reasons, technically and fundamentally both. Okay. So here, if I draw a trend line, so this it has already breached this trend line here. And now afterward, it is more or less trending in this range only. Okay, so this is the pattern. Another is that this moving average. So from the last almost 1 month, I can say it is trending below 50 DMA or above 100 DMA. So I can say that it is ranging in between or hovering in between 50 DMA to 100 DMA. So this is the technical reason. One is this trend line breakout, that upward sloping trend line breakout. And afterward, this 50 DMA trending below 50 DMA, and because of that, it is hovering and not performing good. Or I can say that that is the reason. Or I can say that maybe if you see the overall, if you would like to know the more detailed analysis of Bank Nifty, then if you have to go the overall chart structure developed in last 1.5 years, along with various indicators like RSI, MACD, or ADXDMA. So that all indicators are indicating this kind of zone, because of there was a huge rally happened in this. Obviously, in Bank Nifty also happened. But there is some pattern formation, and because of the technical pattern formation on this indicators and price pattern, it is showing some sideways kind of things. So currently it is trending in sideways. If I talk about fundamentally, so this particular there is a banking sector or banking stocks which are part of that leading banking stocks. Leading banking stocks means SDFC. So because of merger and everything, there is a bank. SDFC Bank is the time being is not performing that much good. ICICI Bank is not performing good from the last 3-4 months, or especially in this recent rally. Uh, uh, SBI is not doing that much good. Kotak Mahindra is underperforming to market, index, sector, everything. So because of that, all these banks which are more weightage in banking space not performing, and because of that bank Nifty. But at the same time, if you see the banking, comparatively small banking, or I can say that PSU, small PSU banks are really doing good. So because of that, there is a positivity in market, positive sentiment in market. But because of this fundamental reason, or I can say this bank Nifty is comparatively underperforming to market. But that is not need not to worry. Maybe this underperformance may be remaining continuation, but that is not the sign of bearish trend. Underperformance does not that market is in bearish trend, or this particular index or sectoral index is in bearish trend. It does mean that it will not perform compared to it will not perform that much good in percentage term compared to benchmark index. That's it. But yes, there is a lot of stocks from this particular space like doing good, especially small stocks. So I would suggest that instead of focusing only on bank Nifty index, start focusing on that stocks also. There are so many stocks which you can find easily from our tool. This is MarketSmith India website, or from other sources also, which is really doing good actually. Or maybe we will cover a lot of stocks during this question answer session following by this index analysis. So sideways, but there is no negativity or major negativity in bank Nifty. Maybe this once it will cross 50 DMA, so some positive acceleration will happen in coming days also. In coming days in this particular index also. So need not to worry. Instead, I would suggest instead of focusing bank Nifty, focus on stocks, especially mid-sized banks, which are really doing good at current scenario. Apart from bank Nifty, another index is Nifty Realty Index. So if you remember from the last 2 years almost, we are consistently bullish on this reality index from the level of 350. Even though when we turned bullish on 300, around 350, 60, it went up to I think 530, 540 kind of level, and there was a huge correction happened once again 370. And at that time also, when it was hovering around that last year, we have clearly mentioned that chances of going below 350-60 is quite less, and same thing it has behaved. And now it has already entered into this banking Nifty Realty Index has already entered into uncharted trajectory. From the last year, I am consistently said be ready to see this particular index in 4-digit, maybe 1,000 or kind of level, but it will take 3 to 4 year kind of time. Now it has crossed 600 kind of levels. So I think it is currently trending around 580. Sorry, so maybe near to 600. And trend is bullish, sentiment is bullish, momentum is bullish, chart structure is bullish. There are a lot of fundamental changes happened in this particular space. DLF is really leading the show, so need not to worry. So maybe if I talk about percentage terms, so immediate short to medium term target, I can say that 500 current rate is 580. So expect 10% kind of moves, or maybe 20% kind of moves, maybe so in short to medium term point of view, from the I can say 630 to maybe 700 kind of levels in coming few weeks. But ultimate target, in my opinion, at least it may be wrong, but ultimate target in my opinion, but I am expecting that this particular index will reach in 4-digit, maybe year, 1.5 year or 2 year. So I'm super bullish. At least we are expecting bullishness in this particular stock and this particular sector. So overall sentiment is bullish. Short to mid term perspective, 10 to 20% of gains cannot be denied still in this particular sector. So now I have discussed Nifty, Bank Nifty, and Realty. Now Rai is there. He will discuss few sectors.
Yeah. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm sharing my screen. Okay. So I will be talking about Nifty Pharma, Nifty Auto, Nifty IT, and Nifty Energy. All these four sectors one by one. So this is the daily chart of Nifty Pharma. And we have seen that pharma index has rallied after a long consolidations, and after hitting its recent low like 11,500. The recent one is 12,000. In that range, it has actually rallied to 15,750. So after that, what has happened here is like it has actually witnessed profit booking. So after that, the index has actually behaved in a volatile manner in the last month, especially in August, I can say. And as it has witnessed profit booking, and in this process it has also breached 21 DMA. But after 1 week of this sideways move, actually the index is actually showing resilience. And if you look at the chart, it has actually reclaimed its 21 DMA as well. So as of now, overall sentiment in pharma is bullish, and we can expect a further move towards 15,750, which is actually the range where the index has witnessed profit booking. If that level is actually surpassed, then we might expect certain upside move in the range of 10 to 12% from here. And so far as its support is concerned, then 15,000 to 14,050 kind of support is actually placed. And if that support is actually breached, then we might expect further downside or sideways move in this space. But overall sentiment in pharma is bullish, and upside move is actually, chances of upside move is actually more compared to downside move. So overall sentiment in pharma, we are bullish in the pharma sector as of now. And if the sentiment or trend will change, then obviously we will inform you in terms of writing the reports or in the Bazaar Pe Charcha itself. So this is about Nifty Pharma. Now Nifty Auto. So Nifty Auto is also in the bullish zone, and it is standing with the positive bias only. We have actually mentioned in the last Bazaar Pe Charcha as well that index is trying to head towards 17,000 kind of level. Obviously, it will take time, maybe some weeks, but we would like to reiterate our same opinion in Nifty Auto. And so far as its support is concerned in Nifty Auto, then support is, we can say that it is placed around, we can say 15,500 to 15,000 range. So as of now, the Nifty Auto is actually moving in the bullish trend, and we are also positive in Nifty Auto. So we are actually holding the same opinion that index might move towards 17,000 level in Nifty Auto. Now Nifty Energy. So Nifty Energy is actually trending in the bullish zone as well. There is no sign of weakness in this sector also. We have also seen that there has been certain volatility that has came especially in the month of August, where it has actually witnessed profit booking, and then it has actually lasted for, I think, 4 weeks, especially in August month. Then we have seen a bounce back, which has actually started from the September 1st. So this month, or start of this month, or the first week of this month, has been very great in terms of Nifty Energy index. And the index is actually trying to move, or it has already shown the resilience to move towards upside. So what to expect here? The index might move towards 27,000 27,500 to 28,000 in some weeks or months, if this bullish momentum continues. And so far as its support is concerned in the Nifty Energy, then we might take as a 21 DMA as support, followed by 50 DMA, which is actually very close to each other, just 1.5% here and there. So that might act as a support. So if that support is actually breached, then there can be a problem, or some more negativity may be expected. But overall sentiment here also in Nifty Energy is positive. Now the last one is the Nifty IT sector. So Nifty IT sector was also trading in a consolidation zone from a long time, but after that it has shown the resilience. It has started moving toward upside with upward sloping channel as well. The index may move towards 34,000 if this bullish momentum continues. Overall sentiment in IT sector is positive. And so far as its support is concerned, it is placed around 31,500 to 31,000 kind of level. So this is all from my side. I think some more sector is there to take care of. I think 2 or 3 is left. So
Yes.
yes,
So next one is metal. Can you show the chart?
yeah, sure.
So Nifty metal, if I talk about, so it has already entered into uncharted trajectory and given pivot breakout on weekly and monthly chart. Uh, it's at already crossed 77,000 kind of level. And now from the last two trading session today and yesterday, it is showing some correction, not correction, but I can say consolidation. But need not to worry. I think in my opinion, unless and until it is holding 6,800 kind of levels, there is not a problem at all. So 6,800 is a key level to watch. Suppose it will breach 6,800 level and enter below it, or breaching below 6,800, then only I can say that it will enter into sideways. Otherwise, this bullish continuation may remain intact. And this index long back in this 2021, we have commented that this index maybe next 2 3 years that will ready to move toward 8,000, 8,500 kind of levels. Now that time from that 3 years, 1.5 year is already passed, or maybe one more than 1.5 year, or I can say less than 2 years. So 1.5 to 2 years has already passed. So maybe next 1 year to 1.5 year, it will move to in that trajectory, that is 8,000 kind of levels. So looking strong, momentum is also looking good. Not that much strong, but yes, there is no problem at all after considering a lot of factor analysis technically. And there are a lot of stocks also which are really doing good and showing strength after long period of time, especially PSU index like NMDC and all. So maybe this trend will remain in continuation and will move further from current level also, subject to holding above 6,800. Suppose it will breach the level of 6,800, then only there it will enter into sideways. But there is a chances of breaching that level is not. I'm not saying that it's very less, but yes, obviously less. So need not to worry. I think sooner or later it will once again resume its uptrend trend, and maybe would ready to march further in upward direction. If I talk about mid to long term, short to mid term perspective, levels point of view. So level I would like to comment is approximately uh, 7,500 to 7,600 kind of levels. So once after maybe some consolidation, once it will resume this upside trend, so it will be moved toward 7,500, 7,600 kind of levels, maybe in next couple of months. Otherwise, our ultimate target is 8,000 to 8,500 kind of levels. That may take at least 4 to 6 quarters. So trend is bullish, sentiment is bullish in this index. Next is Nifty FMCG.
Okay.
If I
That's
talk about Nifty FMCG, so see, Nifty FMCG, I always, whenever I discuss this index, I always comment a line. The FMCG space has, or index has its own pace of movement. So if you see this movement, so there was a long consolidation happened in the month in between September 2022 to I can say March, almost 6-7 months of consolidation happened, and there was a fresh breakout happened around 45,000, 46,000 range, and there is almost 15-20% kind of rally happened. And afterward, touching almost 54,000 or crossing 54,000, it has already entered into sideways. Currently, it is holding above 100 DMA and trending in or hovering in between 50 to 100 DMA. So I think it is another phase of consolidation because it always has its own pace of movement. So meanwhile, it is in consolidation, and consolidation from the last 2 months is happening. Maybe it will take another 2-3 months or 4 months. I'm not denying for that. So if I talk about percentage point of view, so 2-3% here and there or 4% here and there move may happen from here. I'm not denying in this particular index. Levels point of view, if I say if it will cross and hold 52,500, so maybe then it will move another 1,000 or 1,500 kind of levels in upside. But suppose it will not cross, then it will remain traded in the range of 50,000 to approximately 53,000. So broadly, what I am expecting current rate or current level is around 51,880 kind of level. So maybe I'm expecting almost 15 to 18 kinds, 15 to 1800 kinds of level in downside. So downside roughly for 50,000 kind of level, and likewise in upside also. So I'm expecting still consolidation in this, especially in index. But yes, there are a lot of pockets or lot of stocks are really doing good from this space also. Once again, like Bank Nifty, I have commented. I would like to comment once again that instead of focusing in this index on this index, it is better to focus on stock specific action. Okay. Otherwise, there is no problem. In my opinion, I am expecting sideways kind of movement, at least from Nifty 50, Nifty FMCG kind of perspective. So we have discussed almost all this index. Only one index that I would like to comment immediately, Nifty Media. So Nifty Media, if you remember, we have turned bullish from the level of, I think, if I am not wrong, around 1700. I think yes, 1750. So from the 1750 when it was in bottom formation process, 1750, and from the month of March, I can say, or from the month of April, sorry, April 2023, my clear cut indication was that I am expecting 24 to 2500 kind of levels. So our earlier that we have commented 4-5 months back that 55, 45, 2500 kind of levels is already achieved. But that is, in my opinion, is not a final level. Maybe it will consolidate in this particular range. I am not denying, but as such, there is no sign of consolidation also. Momentum has really improved significantly on this high time frame chart, especially weekly and monthly. So maybe another leg of rally will start in this particular index also. But at the same time, I'm not denying some sort of consolidation in this in the range of 24-2500 kind of level. So let's see how things will develop. Maybe by the end of this month or by the next couple of weeks, picture would be more clear. But yes, our earlier given level of that 24-2500 is already achieved. So maybe it will take another 2 to 4 weeks to decide from where it will move further. So let's see how things will develop. Otherwise, there is no problem at all. Index is really doing good. Stocks, almost all stock that we have commented earlier in this Bazaar Pe Charcha as well as in our reports have really did well. Be it Sun TV or Network 18 or Den Network or TV 18 broadcast. All these stocks has really did well in past. So bullish sentiment is there, no doubt at all in this stock. So now let's move on query section. There are a lot of queries pending. People want to ask, would like to know our opinion about. So before discussing anything, Rahi, would you like to answer one question? Person is Viral is asking about when next distribution day is going to expire in Nifty. So I think it is expiring 21 days now.
Yeah, 21 days.
So from the this distribution day to 21 days, that previous one expired. So we need to check when it is going to expire. You can follow our commentary. I think evening commentary, na, right?
Yeah.
Every day evening commentary, we mention all this status and all. We also need to check when it is going to expire. Maybe next week or maybe tomorrow also it may happen. But we need to check. But time length is 21 days when it has generated. Suppose today is generated, distribution day has been generated. So maybe in next 21 days it will expire, na? 22nd day it will expire.
Yeah.
So it is like that.
So, Pawan, Rahi, that is
Yeah.
general rule for distribution days. We are at 6 folks at this juncture. So let me come back to you. One might expire in the coming week. However, what is happening is the index might have an accumulation of D days, but we have actually taken out 19,500, which is a very positive sign. In fact, we have touched 19,700 today, which is even better. And the broader markets are touching all-time highs. So I think when we discuss canceling 1 or canceling 2, the 3-tier structure that you discussed is extremely important. Main index, sub-indices, and individual leadership stocks within these main indices and the sub-indices as well. So for the sub-indices and the leadership stocks, except for a few sectors, they are doing exceedingly well. And therefore, it cannot be termed as a bunch of distribution days would mean that there is something amiss in the markets per se. There were also a lot of adjustments with Geo Financial being added to the Nifty and the Sensex and the removal thereof with huge amount of bulk and block deals, which was creating a lot of upheaval in terms of volume activity as well. So I think all this has to be probably taken into context as far as the index is concerned. Pawan, right, did we discuss metals? Because metals is one sector which was doing exceedingly well over the last few
Yeah,
months.
Yes,
it
yes.
is already discussed.
Perfect.
Already
But
discussed. Currently, it is around 6,900, 7,000. So maybe I'm expecting 7,500, 7,600 kind of levels in maybe next 1 or 2 months. So I
perfect. So we can start with the queries.
okay. So let's start with uh, Apollo pipe and Apollo tire. So
So Apollo pipe.
let's start, then followed by Apollo tire.
Okay.
So Apollo pipe, after touching all-time high around almost 770, 780. From the last 4-5 weeks, it is in consolidation. And overall trend and structure is positive. And in my opinion, unless and until it is holding above this level of 650, there is no problem. Current rate is 675. So it is in consolidation, I can say, or some kind of profit booking. But need not to worry. It may remain in consolidation for more couple of weeks or maybe more 4-5 weeks. But overall trend and structure is positive. Maybe suppose it will breach the level of 650, so maybe 3-4%, 5% kind of loss another loss may happen, and maybe index hit this stock will hit 100 DMA. I'm not denying for that, but as such, overall structure from the mid to long term perspective is bullish. But from the short term, some negativity may occur from current level, subject to breaching below 100 DMA. Currently, it is from the last 2-3 day trading session, it is holding 100 DMA, which is currently priced around its current range only. Suppose it will breach the 100 DMA, then I can say that it will fall another 3-4% or 5%.
Okay. Apollo tire.
Apollo tire, same kind of thing in Apollo tire also. Last month there is a huge correction happened in this Apollo tire, and this month is also not looking that much good. It has already breached 100 DMA also. So maybe if it will decisively from the last 2 trending sessions, it is trending below 100 DMA. Momentum has also deteriorated significantly on daily and weekly chart. But this is the only level from the momentum point of view, I can say, from where it has turned last time. From a momentum analysis point of view, I can say. So this is the level, that is the level of 380 or 375, from where it may turn positive once again. If it will not turn, so maybe downside extension may happen towards 350 kind of level or 340 kind of level. So same sort of situation in this Apollo tire also. This current level of 375, 380 is a critical level to watch. Sustainable trending below it, maybe it will attract more selling pressure toward 350, followed by 340 kind of levels. And then once again, we will review in the next Bazaar Pe Charcha this stock, and they will comment further. But meanwhile, it is 50-50 kind of situations. Maybe from here it will bounce, it may bounce back also, and likewise it may fall also at current juncture. Now next, Angel One.
Okay.
So Angel One, this all broking, almost a lot of broking stocks are really doing good, and Angel One is also one of the part. But now, if I say levels point of view, this 1900 to 2000 kind of level is a very critical level to watch in this particular stock. But because from last year also in 2022, it tried to cross 2000 level but failed, and there was a huge correction happened. Now this stock has approached to that level, and the recent high is 1937 in this week only, and now in last week, on last Friday actually. And now it is showing some sort of consolidation or profit booking, I can say. So this 1900 to 2000 is a critical level to watch in this particular stock. The day it will decisively cross the level of 2000, maybe I can say it will enter into another leg of bullish trend. But meanwhile, after considering this momentum on a monthly chart, I can say that it will remain still in consolidation. So maybe it will take time. So I would suggest, instead of taking fresh position in this particular stock, I would suggest to wait and watch in this particular stock. Or someone has already bought at lower levels, so at least one can book partial profit. I'm not saying 100%, but at least 50% profit one can book after considering. The day it will cross 2000 level and give breakout with volume and everything, so maybe once again it will turn in buy indication, buy trend.
Pawan, let's do West Coast Mills. Dinesh Shuklaji is asking for this every passing minute. So Dineshji, let's answer your query on West Coast paper.
Coast papers, okay.
West Coast paper, 1 minute.
It is not coming on.
वो चौथा है देख fourth, हाँ,
हाँ,
correct,
हाँ,
correct.
West Coast paper, current price is 716. It has already entered into uncharted trajectory. In this month, if I talk about it, the stock has gained almost 22%. So trend is bullish, and this current trend, I can say, on especially on monthly chart, it was this breakout happened after almost 8 to 10 months of consolidation. So this, I think, current ongoing trend is going to last longer, and maybe it will remain in continuation in coming weeks also. And this is not the final target, I can say. Maybe in my opinion, after considering a lot of factors in this particular stocks, I will not surprise if suppose stock will enter into 4-digit also. I don't know whether it will enter. Maybe it may take 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, maybe. But yes, in my opinion, trend, structure, pattern, everything is very bullish. It is ready to move further from current level. So bullish, I would suggest to remain invested in this particular stock. But short term at that time, immediately if I talk about 1 week or 2 week perspective, so 4-5% here and there kind of moves may happen. I'm not denying for that.
Pawan, let's take a couple of piping companies. One is Welspun Corp, and one was Indian Hume Pipes, if I'm not mistaken. One sec, somebody did ask me. Yeah, Indian Hume Pipes. Welcorp and Indian Hume Pipe.
Okay, so if I talk about this Welcorp, so obviously trend is bullish. In this month also stock is performing quite good. And from the last 6 months, if you check the monthly chart and weekly chart, from the last 6 months, it is giving positive return only month on month basis, last 6-7 months. So in my opinion, the stock has currently, if I talk about current price, so this particular stock is multi-year high level, like after 12-13 years of move, after 12 to 13 years kind of time period, this particular stock has entered this level of 350. So maybe this stock is gradually ready to move to approach previous all-time high, and that which was happened in 2007 or 2008, I can say. But I would not like to dare up to that level, but at least I can dare up to the level of 470 or 500 kind of level. So I'm expecting this current trend continuation in coming weeks and months, and maybe that stock is ready to move toward that 470 to 500 kind of levels. Current rate is 350. So one can expect almost 30-40% of gain, but obviously it will take time. And we have to remain patiently invested in this particular stock. Likewise, in downside, if I talk about risk side, so the level of 330 is a critical level to watch. It has given breakout around 330 in this week only, decisive breakout. So unless and until it is holding from short-term perspective over 330, it is a not problem at all. From short to mid-term perspective also, and from mid to long-term perspective is also stock is looking quite attractive. Another one is Mayuresh, Indian Pipe.
Yeah, Indian
Hume. Yeah, Indian Hume Pipe.
Actually, sorry, because I do not track this stock, so I cannot comment in detail.
Market cap is 1,400 now. So technically, if you look at the chart, then after having the high that it has recently hit at 303, it has witnessed some kind of profit booking. And in the stock has also breached its 21 DMA as well. So actually, 50 DMA, if you look at, which is just, I can say, when I can say on 6th of September, that is yesterday, after making lower low formation here, the stock has actually bounced back in the market session today itself, and it has gained around 3.7%. So I think if it is holding above its 21 day, which is just 279 or 80 to 80 kind of level, then it might act well. But overall sentiment or overall price action, it is not up to that much mark, I can say. And if you look,
Actually,
yeah,
we do not track this stock frequently, but technically, after looking this chart, I can say that this particular stock has formed all-time high around almost 600 kind of level in 2017, and afterward, from the almost 600 to it fell up to 120, and it formed bottom around 120, and it has formed a double bottom kind of formation on monthly chart in the range of 120, 150, and then it has given a trend line breakout, downward sloping trend line breakout technically on weekly and monthly chart in the range of approximately 170, 180, and now current rate is 280. So maybe this trend is in continuation, may remain in continuation. Technically I can say one can expect the level of 350 to 370 kind of levels. I'm not denying for that. And all these moves are happening after almost 5 to 6 years kind of downtrend and double bottom formation on weekly and monthly charts. So all these are showing positivity. Maybe this trend will remain in continuation, but I would like to comment that level of 350 kind of levels in coming few months, or maybe 6 to 9 months, I can say. So looking positive at current juncture.
And from the pivot level, if you are looking at it, it has already gained around 49% from the pivot level in 62 days. So if someone is holding their stock, then they might book a partial profit at least in this current point of juncture.
No, okay.
Yeah, please tell me. Yeah.
Nothing. Okay, so let's take Century Textile.
Okay.
So Century Textile, once again, in another bullish stock in current market scenario, already trending into uncharted trajectory on multi-time frame chart. This I think today only it has formed another all-time high. This this Century Textile around 1100 level. So trend is bullish. Remain invested in this particular stock. If I talk about levels point of view, so I would like to give a level of approximately 1200. I can say 1200. There is no problem at all, because after considering retracement level and all. So in short, trend is bullish. Stay invested in this particular stock. Next one is Century Ply and Ceat and Siam Metal.
Century Ply.
So Century Ply, once again, it has approached to previous all-time high level in this week only. That level of around 730 kind of levels. So this may, I'm not saying it will face some kind of resistance, but around 730. But yes, 730 is a critical level to watch in this particular stock. Suppose it will cross and hold level of 730, technically at least I can say, it will turn bullish, or I can say that it is already in bullish trend. So maybe I can say that it is the fresh breakout technically on the basis of higher time frame chart. So maybe this trend will continue. So 730 above, it will turn more bullish in my opinion at least. Otherwise, short to mid term also stock is looking quite attractive. From the daily chart perspective also stock is looking good. From daily chart perspective, the level of 710 is a critical level to watch in my opinion. Crossing and holding over 710 followed by 730, I can say it will turn more bullish. So overall trend, sentiment, everything is bullish. Just keep watching. Maybe I can say it will remain traded in sideways for time being period of time, but maybe ultimate trend may move upside in coming months also. Now Ceat.
Ceat, okay.
So Ceat, after touching all-time high of almost 2650, stock has from the last month entered into some sideways kind of thing. So maybe this current sideways may extend further for few days, or I can say, or for few weeks, because it has already breached 50 DMA. But if you consider the slope of all moving averages like 50 DMA or 100 DMA or 200 DMA, so slope is upward trending. So need not to worry. But it is now it is trending. So maybe it will take some more consolidation days or consolidation week in the range of 2100 to roughly 2400 kind of levels. 10% of kind of range is there in this particular stock currently. So maybe it will take time, but yes, overall after consolidation, maybe it will resume once again. There is no problem at all from mid to long term perspective, but yes, from short term perspective, 5-7% here and there kind of moves may happen in this particular stock, because now this stock is entered into sideways kind of zone.
Wipro.
So IT index is already has given breakout about 31,500, which is a very critical level from the last 1.5 year. And now Wipro is also trending. But if I calculate Fibonacci retracement level and other things of recent recent fall from the level of all-time high of approximately 750 kind of level to up to this level of 350 kind of levels, or I can say 1000. Approximately all-time high was placed around 730, 750, let's assume. So there was a fall happened from the 750 to 350, and now IT index and this particular stock also is showing positivity. So at least I am expecting another 10% of gain in my opinion, because it has already from daily chart perspective, I can say it has given very good breakout, pivot breakout in this week only. After tight area consolidation on daily chart or rectangular price formation on daily chart, about 200 days exponential moving average. So after considering all these things, then movement in the IT index, I can say that stock is still there is a room for go upside in coming days and weeks. So maybe I'm expecting another 8 to 10% of kind of gain in this stock Wipro.
Pawan, let's take Shakthi pumps also. Kamal Kanji has been messaging every minute. Kamal Kanji, Shakthi pump le rahe hain abhi.
Shakthi pump last month as well as in this month entered into uncharted trajectory. Trend is bullish, but yes, from the last 4-5 trading sessions, it is showing some choppiness, but that need not to worry at all. I would suggest to remain invested in this particular stock. Maybe more upside will be there in coming days, and maybe stock will once again, maybe stock is ready to enter into 4-digit kind of stock also. So I would suggest to remain invested. But short-term perspective, if I talk about 1 or 2 weeks, maybe 4-5% here and there kind of move happen. I'm not denying that. Otherwise, ultimate trend is quite bullish.
Perfect. Pawan, you've got a YouTube query on Daawat.
Yes.
So let's take these right stocks. I think there was also a query on KRBL, if I'm not mistaken. So let's take Daawat, KRBL, and then we'll take the rest.
So Daawat, once again, another bullish stock trending in uncharted trajectory. Last month there was some correction, but after correction in last month, stock has already gained almost 7% in this particular month, showing strength on all time frame chart. Momentum is really strong. So once again, I would suggest to remain invested. Maybe more upside would be visible in coming couple of months or couple of weeks. So suggest to hold Daawat. Another one is KRBL.
Yeah, so let's finish those right stocks.
So KRBL, there is a very good consolidation on weekly and monthly chart, and this month only it has given breakout around 420, 425 kind of levels. So maybe this stock is also ready to move toward 550, 570 kind of level. So once again, 20% kind of moves may happen in coming months. So I would suggest to remain invested in this stock also.
Great. Let's take Aurobindo Pharma. Appalla Narasimhan had messaged quite time back. So Aurobindo Pharma, I think HFCL and Bhansali Engineering.
So let's discuss first Aurobindo Pharma. So Pharma index is almost in an uncharted trajectory, showing positive trend, strong trend. And in my opinion, maybe in next 3-4 quarters, it is ready to move towards 17,000 kind of level. So 10 to 20% moves may happen in next 2 to 3 quarters or 4 quarters. So pharma stock is pharma index is looking good, and followed by a lot of pharma stocks also. One of that is Aurobindo Pharma. If you see the chart of Aurobindo Pharma, So it has a there is a strong momentum or strong trend happen from February on, what I can say. On monthly chart, there was a morning star kind of pattern formation on monthly chart in this particular stock. And afterward, there is a consistently upside rally happened in this particular stock on monthly chart. So from the last almost 6-7 months, stock is showing positive return only, and maybe this trend will remain in continuation, and stock is once again ready to move to touch previous all-time high, which is placed around 1070, 1080. Maybe in between that 1050, it may face some resistance. I am not denying for that, but yes, overall trend and sentiment is looking positive to me. I would once again suggest to remain invested in this.
Perfect. He has a couple of more queries, HFCL and Bansali.
HFCL.
HFCL, so I think we are already holding in TraderSmith portfolio, na, right?
HFCL.
Yes.
Bansali hai,
Bansali
HFCL
hai.
nahi hai.
HFCL, we were holding. Let me check once again.
Wait, I'm checking. Just 1 second.
Yes, we are holding it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we are holding
So
both HFCL and Bansali, yeah, as a
Bansali.
disclaimer.
HFCL and Bansali both are holding. So there are like from short-term perspective, there is no problem at all. Trend is positive. One problem is that it is facing some kind of resistance in the range of 80-82. So one thing is from short-term perspective, and because of that, from the stock is showing negativity from the start actually after touching 80-81 level. So from short-term, maybe some consolidation may happen. But if I talk about long-term perspective, so long-term perspective or mid to long-term perspective, also this level of 82-84 is a very critical level. I can say 82 to 84 rupees kind of level. Once it will cross this level and remain holding above that, then I can say that this stock is entering into fresh upward trajectory or fresh bullish trend. Otherwise, maybe if stock will behave some negatively, so from short-term perspective, as we are holding in our portfolio, we will take action according to movement in short-term movement. But yes, from the level of 80, the day it will cross level of 82-84 kind of levels, I can say that it will enter into once again fresh bullish trend. But short-term perspective, 2-3% move may happen. I am not denying for that. So trend and sentiment is bullish from mid to long-term perspective. If someone is really interested to hold this particular stock from long-term perspective, so I would suggest to remain invested in this particular stock. But at the same time, if shorter term point of view, so I would suggest to follow our approach in TraderSmith.
Next one is Bansali, BEPL.
BEPL. So once again, disclaimer is that we are already holding, and from short-term perspective, this stock is looking attractive to us. Then only we have added. It has already, stock has given trend downward sloping trend line breakout on daily chart, trending above all key moving averages. Especially comparatively compared to daily chart, stock is looking more attractive on weekly chart. So maybe, but only thing is that there is an improvement in momentum. So maybe it will take some more time to accelerate further. But yes, looking attractive, I would suggest remain invested from mid to long-term perspective. Otherwise, short-term perspective, I would suggest to follow TraderSmith strategy.
Pawan Rai, Anand
Yeah.
Agrawal had a couple of queries which he had posted quite a while back. One was SKM eggs, and the other one was Uflex.
Sorry, SKF.
SKM egg, ande wali company. SKM egg.
Acha, SKM food.
SKM products, okay.
Actually, this stock is like circuit kind of stock, always remain in circuit. But as trend is positive, stock has grown from the 60 of last year. In same month, stock was trending around 60 rupees, and now 500, 550. So in my opinion, at least this is one kind of speculative stock, very dangerous stock, I can say. So it is very difficult to comment that how trend will emerge in this particular stock. But yes, looking positive. But from the last 2 days, yeah, it's like it was in yesterday there was in lower circuit, and today once again it is an upper circuit of 5%. So my rate, it is very difficult to comment technically. But yes, it is a circuit stock, very risky stock. I would suggest to follow appropriate risk reward, like appropriate risk management. At least if you are holding this particular stock, to manage to book your profit at appropriate time. Otherwise, once this kind of stock, what is my experience with market? Once this kind of stocks enter into downward circuits, so you will not find opportunity to sell it also.
Perfect words by Pawan. I think, guys, what Pawan just said is something to be observed, because all these stocks, and I'm not pinpointing SKMX, any of the stocks which are having these circuit filters, once reversal happens, and the market will not give you कि आपको आराम से time देता हूँ, आराम से आप बेच दो. Once those reversal happens in these stories, where circuit filters are very tightly placed at 5%, 10%, those downward circuits happen almost periodically for a length of time. If the market reverses and downward circuit filters, as Pawan is saying, open up for a whole host of these stocks within the broader universe, which is anyway overrated at this point of time as we speak, you need to be cautious. So I think it's always better to sell it in strength rather than waiting for that additional 20, 25, 30, 35% return. आ भी सकता है, and I'm not saying that it is entirely ruled out, but it's always better in stories like this if you have made a decent game to book in strength, and that's what we've always believed at market space. We can take the next one, which is Uflex for the gentleman.
So Uflex still is in downtrend, I can say, from mid to long term perspective. But yes, there is some positive vibes, something like last week stock has gained substantially and then given breakout, technical breakout above 440, 450 levels. So if someone is interested to buy this particular stock from mid to long term perspective, so this is the right time to buy around this 440, 450 with the stop loss will be quite deep below 400, more than 12% kind of stop loss. Otherwise, short-term perspective also, the stock has already reclaimed 200 days exponential moving average and long consolidation price range of 450. So maybe some positivity is returning in this particular stock. But for more confirmation, technically, we need few more days that how stock is going to react, because after claiming this 200 days exponential moving average, now it is from the last 4-5 trading or almost 7 trading session, it has trending into sideways. So we need confirmation on one more day with strong movement along with strong volume, then we can say that there is a trend reversal happened in this particular stock. So maybe tomorrow or maybe next week, picture would be more clear that how things will develop in this. Otherwise, if someone is really interested to do bottom fishing and all, to take risk of 10% kind of level, so this is 440, 450 is a very good level to do bottom fishing in this particular stock, at least technical perspective.
Perfect. Oh, we got a YouTube query. Let's solve that. It's on Tata Coffe, and after that we can take Porkodi T's query on Bharat Bijlee.
BBL.
Tata Coffe.
Yeah, Tata Coffe, and then Porkodi's query on on Bharat Bijlee.
BBL, na Bharat Bijlee.
हाँ.
Okay, thanks. So Tata Coffe bullish trend, and now what is my observation from the last week? There is some very interesting things are happening in this tea and coffee stocks and sugar stocks also. So maybe this interesting movement in this sector, or space, maybe will be beneficial this Tata Coffe also. Trend is positive, no problem at all, and trend is positively accelerating also. Even today, stock has lost almost more than 2%, but that is need not to worry. Unless and until stock is holding about 240 kind of level, there is no need not to worry. If someone is really interested to take position also, so one can take position with the just keeping stop loss below 240 also. So that is also one can, if someone is interested to explore this stock for buying purpose, so one can keep stop loss anything below 240, like 238, 39, and one can buy. Otherwise, at least in my opinion, what I have observed from the last week, that there is some positivity happening in this, especially in tea stocks. So maybe that is going to impact positively this stock also. Then BBL, if I talk about, so BBL is a bullish trending stock from the last almost 2 years, I can say, or more than 2 years, 2.5 years, I can say. I'm consistently tracking this stock from the level of 700. And my opinion was bullish from that level, and now it has approached to almost 4,500. After touching 4,500, there is some profit booking in this particular week actually. So after this profit booking and all, I can say that some more profit booking cannot be denied, and maybe stock may attract another 5-7% or 8% kind of fall in coming days also. Otherwise, there is no problem at all. Finally, maybe it has strong support in the area of this 3,700. So if someone is holding this stock, so I would suggest to remain invested in this particular stock, but don't forget to keep stop loss around 3,700, because suppose it will breach 3,700, then maybe it will attract more profit booking or more correction in this particular stock. Otherwise, overall trend and sentiment is bullish. But yes, like stock has moved in last 2 years from the 700 level to almost 4,500 level, almost 7-8 times. I would suggest to follow cautious approach also at the same time.
Great. Ranjit has a question. Ranjit George, Pawan, on Coal India. So PSU stocks on fire. Coal India did well today. So he has a query on Coal India.
Yes, so all PSU stocks are really doing good, especially which has not moved something significantly in last few months actually. And Coal India is one of actually, because from the last 6 months there was almost, or last I can say more than 6 months, from the November onward nothing was happened in this Coal India, and now it has given strong breakout in this particular month only. Oh, sorry, this particular week only, and now stock has approached to 270, 280 kind of level. If I do some Fibonacci kind of analysis, so there is some resistance around through 280 kind of range, but that is the time being resistance. Maybe this, if all this current ongoing trend will remain continuation in this all PSU stocks, so maybe it will surpass that level of 280, and maybe it will ready to move toward 300 or 310 kind of levels also. So trend is positive, and the stock has started moving from this week onward. I am not saying that this 280, maybe for few days it may take some resistance. I am not denying. It may or it may not, but yes, I am expecting level of 310 or 315 kind of level in maybe a couple of months.
Perfect. And to top that, Coal India has a dividend yield of 10%. So I think that's always beneficial in terms of the CPSE payouts, which have got a recent central government notification. So that always works. Pawan, Divya Agrawal has a couple of queries. One is on ADF Foods and one is on Voltamp Transformers.
So ADF Food is already in bullish trend. Last month it has given this breakout on the monthly closing basis around 1,000 level, and now it is trending around 1100, 1120. So in my opinion, I would suggest to remain invested. Current trend, maybe it will not reach 1,000 rupees in my opinion after considering this 1 minute. Maybe it will not breach 1,000 level. Chances of breaching 1,000 level again is quite less. So I would suggest to remain invested. Maybe a stock would be ready to move toward 1,300 to 1,400 kind of levels. It may take some time, maybe 3 to 6 month kind of levels, but momentum are quite strong on weekly and monthly charts. So maybe I would suggest to hold for the level of 1,300 to 1,400 kind of levels.
Perfect. And Voltamp Transformers after this.
Voltamp is another stock is in bullish trend. Last month there was a substantial gain happened, and this month showing some sort of sideways kind of thing. But it is still trending above all key moving average. It has not breached even 21 days moving average or 21 days exponential moving average. But one thing is looks cautious to me. That is momentum deterioration in this particular stock, especially in the last almost 3-4 weeks. And because there is some divergence happened or sideways kind of movement happened, even though there was a significant move happened in price. So maybe after considering this only particular kind of indicator, I would follow to suggest cautious approach in this particular stock. If someone is holding, so one can keep stop loss of 21 days exponential moving average is first stop loss. Suppose this particular stock will breach 21 days moving average, so I would suggest to book at least 50% profit, and then remain and then start trailing for another 50% along with 50-day moving average of stop loss.
Perfect. Ashish Sharma has a question on Action Construction, ACE.
What is the stock name?
ACE, Action Construction.
Okay, Action Construction. Yes, okay.
Right, take a few queries. No, Pawan has been doing
sure.
non-stop for the last 2 minutes.
I was actually waiting for it when he will stop.
तो बीच में बोल देना था यार.
Okay. So overall sentiment in Action Construction is quite bullish, and the stock has actually 101% from the pivot level. But what we have observed here is, like, after hitting its recent high, which was placed at 821, the stock has actually witnessed profit booking. So still it is trying to protect its 50 DMA. So as far as if its 50 DMA is protected and if it is not able to breach it, then I think it is still in the safer side. And once this 50 DMA is breached, then I would suggest to try to take the percentage of profit booking at least 50%, because the one who has taken the stock on the breakout level, then I think 100% is very nice gain. So overall sentiment is positive only, and there has been some profit booking in the past 2 to 3 weeks. So that is okay. But if you are still holding it, then I think you need to wait and watch for 50 DMA level, which is placed around 680. Yeah.
Perfect. So Ankush Mundra Rahi has a series of questions. I'll go one by one. So
Yeah.
one is Jupiter Wagon.
Jupiter wagon. Okay, is this circuit stock again? Yeah. So he has already spoken about circuit stock, so that can be a risky, and Pawan has already spoken about it. Even Maurice is also saying the same thing. So it will be really risky to invest in those stock which is having circuit type of phenomena. So when it is rising up, it is actually good. You can enjoy the profit. But when it will start falling, it then there will be no time to sell it also. So overall, if I will try to decode the chart, then overall sentiment is positive only. It has already gained 200%, 220 kind of percentage gain has already happened in just 83 days. We can say like within 2.5 months only. So overall sentiment is positive. There is no weakness as well, and it is already trading in the uncharted territory. But the main thing, the only thing that needs to be taken care of is we have to be very careful and watchful when you are investing in such stocks which is having this type of a structure. Yeah.
Next is RVNL.
RVNL. Yes, so RVNL, we have been bullish in railway stocks, and we have also released an article also. And I think we have also added it on our TraderSmith portfolio, where we have taken profit also in this stock, I think, if I'm not wrong. But overall sentiment in RVNL is positive. After a consolidation of, we can say, like from July till August, I mean, so 1 month of consolidation, actually the stock has given the 10-line breakout. And from that 10-line breakout, actually it is trying to move towards upside. And overall sentiment in this stock is positive. It is trending above its all key moving averages as well. If you look at the volume profile also, it is actually very good. Volume is also good. So overall sentiment and overall structure in RVNL is positive. There is no sign of weakness so far. The next one.
Perfect. Rusi Master, extremely sorry. You had asked at the beginning. It was just getting crumpled up in all those messages. So Rusi Master has a query on Maruti Suzuki. Right?
Maruti is bullish only. I have seen the chart yesterday, today only. Yeah. So Maruti bullish, it has already given the breakout of double bottom price formation, and the stock is actually looking bullish. Overall auto sector, auto pack, when we were talking about the auto sector also, we have already informed and we have mentioned that 17,000 is the level that we are actually expecting. And overall sentiment in this Maruti is also positive. It is standing in the bullish trend, and it has also broke out from the double bottom price formation pattern, and it is trading just 4% away from the pivot level. So if someone is looking to enter in this stock, I think it is the right time to enter. Yeah. Overall
expect 12,000 to 12,500 kind of levels in coming months.
Yeah.
Perfect. Narendra Jain has a query on Bharat Electronics, BEL.
Yes, right. Please take.
Yeah. So BEL overall sentiment is positive only, trading above its all key moving average, already gained 22% from the pivot level in just 2 months. So overall structure is bullish. There is no sign of weakness. So yeah, if you are holding this stock, then remain invested. There is no sign of weakness. But if you are looking for the support that what what if it is breaking that support level, then I think 130 is might act as a support level for this. If that support is, try to book your half of the profit, that is 50% of your investment in it.
Perfect. We've got a YouTube query on Praj Industries.
Praj Industries, yeah, after breakout here on, I think it has broke out here on 10th of July. So after that, the stock has not turned back. It is actually trying to move upside gradually, and it has gained around 28%, 28% from the pivot level in just 1.5 months. So overall sentiment is bullish, and there is no weakness so far. Just 2 days of profit booking has taken place, which is also not in much greater amount, I can say. Just 1 and 1%, that is okay. If the stock has gained, then profit booking will be also there. But overall sentiment is bullish. It is trending in a bullish zone, no sign of weakness. And if you are invested in this, then remain invested.
Actually, if I talk about broader point of view,
Yeah.
so stock has given breakout around 425, 430 in last month after almost 18, 19 months of consolidation. And consolidation pattern is formed in the range of 300 to 450, so 150 rupees. And so if I add at least 150 rupees in that 425, so that comes to 575 to 600 kind of levels. So roughly I can expect at least 70 for 575 to 600 kind of levels on the basis of pattern analysis. So maybe this our overall sentiment trend is also bullish. And this weekly and monthly momentum has now entered into blasting territory, I can say. So maybe stock gain further from here also.
Okay. Thank you.
So I think it is almost 5:45. Let's take another couple of query and then wrap up this session.
So there is one query which is there by Dinesh Shuklaji on Affle India. I think that's the last query we'll answer. I'll just answer a couple of sectors that Prashant Belur was interested in on paper and sugar, and then we'll call it a day.
Yes. So FL, I think yesterday only we have added in TraderSmith portfolio. So short-term perspective, it is looking good. Now stock is trending above all key moving averages, but even though price structure wise it is still trending into this rectangular price formation in the range of approximately 1150 to 1040 50. So 100 120 kind of rupees kind of range. But after considering momentum and trend line breakout, we have added in TraderSmith portfolio, and maybe this stock after maybe 2-3 days it will give another round of breakout above 1140 50. Or in my opinion, the day it will give breakout above 1140 50, it will enter into fresh bullish trend. On weekly chart also, it is showing some positivity after downward sloping trend line. It is just hovering from the last 3-4 weeks. It is hovering around downward sloping trend line kind of level. So maybe showing some sort of positive activity. That's why we have added. I don't know from short-term perspective, it will how things will going to develop from 2-3% perspective, but looking attractive. And one more thing, that sustainable crossing and holding above 1140 or 1150 range, maybe ready to move toward at least 1300 to 1400 kind of levels.
Perfect. Right, Pawan,
Yeah.
thank you so much for the queries. I think there were a couple of queries that Prashant Belur had asked on the sugar and paper sector. I'll quickly touch base on that. And Rishit had asked a question on Nifty mid cap and small cap. So Rishit, and for the benefit of all, the MarketSmith India team is working on some stats related to both these sectors. Just wait for a few days. We'll come out with the report. And it will be a very interesting one because we are discussing a few stats related to these sectors historically and how they are placed right now in lieu of global macros and the historical precedents as well. So maybe a few days and that report will come out. Divya Agrawal had mentioned very briefly in one of her remarks, if I'm not mistaken, about railway stocks performing at the end in the Vaughan book. But railway stocks, Divya, have been doing exceptionally well. So railway, defense have been anyway on a roll over the last few months. In fact, the point of view that we are trying to put out here is that the broader market rally is now getting into sectors which have largely been underperforming from all aspects, price action, earnings action, so on and so forth. And therefore, being a little bit cautious in terms of stock selection at this juncture becomes very, very important, and not getting sucked in to the entire FOMO effect. I'll come to what Prashant was asking. There were two things, two sectors that he wanted some insights on: sugar and paper. I'll quickly touch base in terms of the macros for these sector. For the sugar sector as a whole, with deficient rains which are playing out at this juncture, the initial estimates for sugar production was expected to somewhere around 32 million odd tons. Now, sugar season starts from November to October every year. The last sugar season's carry inventory is close to around 8 to 10 million tons, if I'm not mistaken, around that range. And therefore, if because of deficient monsoons, the production number from 31, 32 comes down to 27, 28, and the demand staying robust and stable at 27, 28, with exports which were there at 6, even if they get curtailed to a large extent, and a large big being diverted towards ethanol, in terms of 10 billion liters requirement, 6 billion through sugarcane and 4 billion through waste agricultural residue, including rice and wheat. I think you're probably looking at carryover inventory, if this persists, of being around 4 to 5. Sugar prices have shot up quite significantly on the global scale because Brazil obviously has diverted a lot of sugar towards ethanol. There are issues in terms of El Nino for a lot of Southeast Asian countries, including Thailand, Indonesia as well. And therefore, global sugar output is expected to be a little bit on the lower side, including the carryover inventory in global sugar stocks. And that has pushed up raw sugar prices quite significantly over the last few weeks on the international bourses. Whether this will persist, it looks like, unless we get a significant flush of rain across India and Southeast Asia, and Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh start contributing significantly, which might be a little bit of a difficult scenario, looking that monsoon is only 3 or 4 weeks before officially it's called off. So I think fingers crossed for all these elements put together. The second element is also, with elections coming through, the fair and remunerative price, which is determined by the central government, and the state advice price determined by state governments. If that has a significant disproportionate increase, that can have a significant say in terms of Millard's profitability. But I think the entire game has now shifted to ethanol for a lot of these players. And therefore, sugar business might, even if all these factors happen, might offset the gains that the ethanol business might produce. And they are having a good realization from the B-level molasses, which fetches them around 54 rupees a liter, which is a significant portion for them as well. And a large part of their capacity expansion on ethanol on the distillery part has already been done. So I think we'll watch out for this space. There is a lot of momentum that is probably happening. Pawan Rai discussed Praj. We played that wonderfully well through FSI. And therefore, I think proxy to sugar, Praj has done well. Sugar per se, with all these factors, pros and cons, might do well from a soft commodity perspective, but you have to watch out. As I said, any disruptive news on disproportionate increases in FRP, SAP, capping of exports, not a significant diversion to ethanol at this juncture in the last quarter or so, ensuring sufficient sugar stocks are there for the festive season, needs to be understood. So that's for the sugar sector. For the paper sector as a whole, the perspective is that there will be a growth of 7 to 8% to almost 22 billion odd tons. The logic here that is being put forth is that paper boards will grow proportionately higher and specialty paper. So paper board is expected to grow at 7-8% compared to the overall sector growth of 5-6%, and specialty paper might grow even more at 11-12%. The global trend is around 3-4% in terms of both these varieties as well. When it comes to the smaller mills, right, not the vertically integrated one, because it's a huge unorganized sector as well. Water and power are two essential elements that are required to produce paper. With deficient monsoons, both these aspects might be on the shorter side. By shorter side, I mean a lot of unorganized players might not be having access to that, which might, and there is a huge probability which the market at the street is believing, if this happens, a lot of unorganized players get shunted out, which means that the capacity which come into the market actually start reducing. The vertically integrated players, which have better access to pulping facilities, they've got water, they've in fact built in such capacities where water is not required at the proportion which other mills probably require, and they have their captive power as well. So all these factors ensure that if prices move higher for specialty writing paper, with the second half, especially for paperboards, festive season, मिठाई के डब्बे होते हैं, gifting season होता है, so on and so forth, and with the expectations of the growth that is anticipated here, it can have a significant increase in terms of paper prices with lesser supply coming through. And with a lot of control on their costs because of vertically integrated operation, the margins can actually be better off compared to a lot of other players. So that is my take on the sugar and paper sector as a whole, and why both these sectors are probably moving the way they are moving. With this, I think we'll call it a day on this episode of our discussion. Any queries that have got left out? Sincere apologies from me and the team. We tried our best to probably answer that. Anything missed out? Please mail the team. We'll be more than happy to answer this. All the best. Be safe, and I'll meet you again next time. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you all of you. Thanks for joining the session today.